Welcome to the 2024 MWLCA stat training. The purpose of this training is to provide context for those who may be new to stat taking or more experienced but want a specific overview of what should and should not be included. The contents for this training include an introduction, general stats, offensive stats, defensive stats, goalie stats, as well as some extra notes at the end. Introduction. The purpose of this training is to provide new or experienced stat takers with the proper tools to take accurate statistics for girls lacrosse in Michigan. In the past, we've come to the end of the season and experienced a variation of stat keeping from across the state presented at the All-State meeting. Our main goal is to create a more uniform and reliable base for statistics across the state, and we hope that this training provides you the tools you need to be successful as a stat taker in the game of girls lacrosse this year. All this information was taken directly from the 2023-2024 NCAA Women's Lacrosse Statisticians Guidebook. The main stats we are going to be focusing on in this presentation are number of games played, goals, assists, shot percentage, draw controls, caused turnovers, ground balls, number of saves, and save percentage. We also mentioned turnovers. However, the ones on the screen are the ones we are going to be collecting at the end of the year for the All-State meeting. So, general statistics. Number of games played. A player should be charged with a game played if they're in the game while the clock is running. In the case of play days, such as the East vs. West tournament, please count each game played on that day as a game played in their end of season statistics if stats are kept that day. At the conclusion of the season, it is very possible that players have well over 20 games, including play days and the state tournament. Ground ball. A ground ball is recorded when a ball changes possession during live ball play. A shot returned to the field of play is considered a change of possession regardless of which team gains possession of the ball. In the following video, you'll see two examples of play that is not a ground ball. In this video, you'll see a player pass the ball to a teammate, drop the ball, and pick it back up. This is not a ground ball as possession did not change. In this video, the offensive player receives defensive pressure and drops the ball. Her teammate then picks up the ball from the ground. This is not considered a ground ball as possession did not change. In this example, you'll see the defender knocks down the pass and scoops it up. Since this is a change of possession, this would be considered a ground ball. More ground ball situations. Player A1 has the ball checked out of her stick, and Scenario A, the ball stays in bounds where it is picked up by B1. Scenario B, the ball stays in bounds where it is picked up by A2, or Scenario C, the ball goes out of bounds without anyone else obtaining possession. Credit a ground ball to B1 in Scenario A, but no ground ball is credited in either Scenario B or C. The rationale is only a change of possession would result in a ground ball. If an offensive player picks it up, there is no change of possession and thus no ground ball. Player A1 shoots the ball, and goalie B1 makes a save but does not control the ball. Player A2 picks up the ball, shoots, and scores. Credit A2 with a ground ball, a shot, and a goal. Player A1 has the ball in her possession, and while switching hands on her stick, drops the ball and picks it back up. No ground ball is credited on the play. Player A1 takes a shot that hits the side of the net, and then the goalie or defender B1 picks up the ball. No ground ball is credited on the play. The goalie makes a save but does not control the ball. However, the goalie is uncontested and then picks up the ball. Credit the goalie with a save but no ground ball. If the ball would have been contested in that situation, credit the goalie with a save and a ground ball. Player A1 chases down a loose ball, preventing it from going out of bounds, and it is not contested. The ball is loose after scenario A, a shot by either team, scenario B, a bad pass or drop pass by an opposing player, or scenario C, a bad pass or drop ball by A1 or teammate. In scenario A and scenario B, credit A1 with a ground ball. In scenario C, there is no ground ball. Player A1 has the ball in her stick. Opponent B1 checks the ball loose, and several players on the field attempt to pick it up, but it is immediately checked away before A1 has clear possession and another player picks it up. If B1 or one of her teammates pick up the ball, credit that player with the ground ball. If one of A1's teammates pick up the ball, there is no ground ball as it did not change possession. Player A1 takes a shot which goes wide of the net and is fielded by teammate A2. Credit A2 with a ground ball. Draw controls. A draw control is awarded to the player who controls the ball and or creates an opportunity to play after the taking of a draw, i.e. gains possession after the draw. Draw controls and ground balls are mutually exclusive. The player that wins the draw does not get credit for a ground ball. Draw controls are not the same thing as draw wins. Anybody on the circle can be credited with a draw control. In fact, anyone on the field can be credited with a draw control if they are the first person to gain possession. A draw win is specifically for the people taking the actual draw. If their teammates get it or they get it, then they get that draw win. A draw control and a draw win are not the same thing, and for the end of season statistics, we'll be specifically looking at draw controls. A turnover. Turnovers occur when a player or team in possession of the ball or entitled to the possession of the ball loses possession of the ball in a live ball situation or under certain dead ball situations. This includes throwing the ball out of bounds, missing an on-target pass, or getting the ball legally checked out of your stick. If a single player is judged to be primarily responsible for the turnover, that player is charged with the turnover. If no single player can be judged to be primarily responsible for the turnover, or if the responsibility rests with anyone not a player, then the team as a whole is charged with a turnover, not one specific player. A missed shot cannot be a turnover. Offensive stats. A ball propelled toward the goal by an offensive player with her stick shall be called a shot. The ball may be thrown from the stick or deflected by her stick. The statistician should take care to award shots only when possession of the ball can reasonably be said to have occurred or when controlled effort to deflect the ball can be construed, somewhat similar to controlled tips in basketball. Shot continued. A ball that ricochets off another offensive player's stick and scores will be awarded as a shot by the player deemed to have scored the goal. A player who takes an 8-meter free position shot should be charged with an 8-meter free position shot. An 8-meter or free position shot also counts towards a player's total number of shots in the game. It is important to note that a player who is awarded an 8-meter free position attempt but does not shoot the ball is not charged with an 8-meter free position shot. A ball that enters the goal propelled by the offensive team must then become a shot and a goal. Note, one of the most common misdefinitions in lacrosse is that of shot on goal. A shot on goal is not the same thing as a shot at the goal. The latter encompasses all shots. The former encompasses only shots scoring and those that have been saved by the goalie. A shot that hits pipe is not a shot on goal. Offensive player 1 passes the ball to teammate A2, who does not catch the pass. The ball rolls towards the goal circle and would roll in the goal, but goalie B1 stops it. Credit B1 with a save and charge A1 with a shot. A1 takes a shot that is ruled dangerous, but is otherwise nullified by a foul call. A shot is not charged, nor a save credited for the goalie B1 if saved, nor a goal awarded if scored. Shots, saves, and goals should only be credited on plays in which the goal would be counted by the officials if the ball went into the net. Goal. A goal should be credited to the player who shot the ball, scoring a goal for her own team. In certain situations, a team goal, also known as own goal, may be credited. However, statisticians should err on the side of awarding the goal to the player who took the original shot. A player's shot that enters the goal after a ricochet off a teammate's stick should be credited as a goal to the original shooter, unless the player that the ball ricochets off of intentionally redirects it into the goal. A ball entering the goal that appears to have been a pass to another player shall be counted as a shot and a goal for the player who made the pass. A team goal, also known as own goal, will be credited if a defensive player kicks the ball into her own team's goal or gains possession of the ball and then causes the ball to enter her own team's goal. A goal scored on an 8-meter free position shot should be noted specifically as an 8-meter free position goal. Shot percentage. The shot percentage of an athlete is found by taking the number of shots scored by the total number of shots taken. Assist. An assist is not necessarily credited to a player who makes a pass before a goal. There should be conscious effort on the part of the passer to find an open player for a shot or to help the player work free for a shot. There should be no particular time frame for an assist, although the pass and the shot should appear to be part of the same play. Nor should there be any rigid distance factor in the play. The player scoring the goal could take one step, several steps, or even run a number of yards with the ball and still have the passer credited with an assist. An assist should not be credited on a play when the goal scorer dodges a defensive player after receiving the pass before shooting, unless, in the opinion of the statistician, it was the pass itself and not the dodge that led directly to the shot. A player is credited with an assist when she makes, in the opinion of the statistician, a pass contributing directly to a goal. An assist cannot be credited to any player other than the one who had the ball immediately before the player credited with the goal. Defensive stats. Caused turnover. A caused turnover is credited to a player when the player's positive aggressive actions cause a turnover by the opponent. A turnover may not always warrant a caused turnover. However, caused turnovers can only be awarded to an individual player and not to a team. And only one caused turnover can be awarded for a turnover. There cannot be more caused turnovers for Team A than turnovers for Team B. We are now heading into the goalie-specific section of statistics. Saves are one of the most important statistics for goalies, but also one of the ones that are most heavily inflated. Please pay attention on the specifics of how to take accurate statistics for saves. The basic rule of a save is that any time a ball is stopped or deflected with any part of the goalie's body or stick, which if not stopped or deflected would have resulted in the ball entering the goal, a save is recorded. The statistician should focus on what would have happened to the ball if it had not been stopped or deflected by the goalie. If the shot would have scored, then award the goalie a save. If it would not have scored, do not credit a save. The tendency is to give a goalie a save every time she touches a shot, and this creates inflated statistics. No matter how difficult it is to tell, the statistician should make consistent judgments on each shot that the goalie stopped or deflected. Consistency must be maintained so that the national statistics are meaningful. Here's more information on saves. Offensive efforts that the goalie prevents from going into the goal are considered saves. A team save can be credited in certain situations. If the goalie is in the goal circle, however, no one else can be credited with a save, including a team save. A block shot by a defender is not considered a save unless the defender is in the goal circle and the goalie is not. A shot that hits pipe, rebounds off the goalie's body, and would go into the goal if not stopped by the goalie is credited as a save. Save percentage. The save percentage of a goalie is found by taking the number of saves divided by the total number of shots on goal. Important to note that this is not the total number of shots, only shots scoring and those having been saved by the goalie. Online stats. We strongly recommend that all stat takers use an online platform such as MaxPreps to record their statistics after each game in order to minimize work at the end of the season and for your own players to use for their personal knowledge. Thank you. We hope you found this presentation instructive. Good luck to all the teams this season. Please reach out if you have any questions.